And we continue to celebrate men achievers in this month of February. Now, refusing to let his physical disabilities to hold him back, Francis Atia, born with hearing impairment, decided to set up a business upon completion of a course in carpentry at Bechem Technical Institute for the deaf. However, stepping into the real world, he veered from carpentry and took to fruit business with the reason that the turnover could be higher due to hot demand for the item. The Bolga indigene has stuck to the fruit business for the past 8 years. He shares his story in our segment on these men in the informal sector.
Francis Atia, a fruit seller born deaf. Coming from a family of 5, Atia is the only child who has such a condition. He says life wasn't easy when growing up in an environment where he is the odd figure among people who can speak and hear.
When my father or my parents were communicating, in fact, I find it difficult even to get what you're saying. So the best option they took is to write to me. Whatever they want me to do, they write to me, and I also write in reply.
He says after senior high school at Bechem Technical Institute School for the Deaf, he decided to set up his own business since he has no passion for the carpentry, ironically the course he pursued in school. He has been at it for the past 8 years.
Yeah, after my education, in fact, I was in the home, relaxing, doing nothing. So I felt, no, I need to find something to do. So I decided to set up this business so that I'll be able to cater for myself and my family.
Born speech impaired, Francis says he loves what he does since it puts food on the table. He says he was ridiculed at the beginning of that effort.
In fact, when I started this business, it's like it was not going on well because I don't know why, because of my condition, they will come and buy in credit, but refuse to pay. Some of them, when they see me coming, they play hide and seek. So if I manage to get my money, the next time you come and say you want to borrow, I'll not give it to you.
Francis bemoaned what he called the canker of maltreatment and cheating meted out to persons living with disabilities. He told a personal experience when he was once employed as a salaried worker.
A lot of institutions who employ deaf people or businessmen who employ deaf people, in fact, at times they cheat them. They made them to become like a slave. So I decided to go solo, to set up my own business.
Atia says being deaf didn't stop him from achieving anything he wanted to do. His customers communicate with him by gesticulating.
They use local signing that we want to manage to see that I'm a deaf. Then they use a sign indication. If they say two, they want three, they will do three like this for me to. At that time, they show the money. Sometimes I give paper and pen to them. Sometimes those around here, where they manage to know that I'm finding it difficult to correspond. Then especially this mother, they come in and assist.
His good customer care services have sustained the business as more and more people patronize him.
Well, you wouldn't even know whether, he's struggling with any disability or anything, because when I come here and I buy, he hears it's as if he's hearing what I'm saying, and he gives me exactly how much and the change and everything. Even with the mask on, you can see that he really does know his business.
When
you are buying from him with a sign language, he will tell you whether it is expensive or not.
Always, like on entertaining me.
He always entertains me, so I always buy from him.
Most of as a 1 city to me, there's a 2 cities I'm buying 2 cities. And it's always me feel it. My banning the one in chain.
You need pound person the customers better. No need.
He always wants to satisfy his customers.
Make sure so be baby at the amount. So I had it.
Auntie Stella Amekuji has been offering helping hand to Francis when he finds it difficult communicating with customers. She commended him for his hard work.
It wasn't easy from the beginning because he was finding it difficult to communicate with customers. That is why I'm always around to help him.
but me can all of us say na wati ase.
Rosemary Usuata has been a friend of Francis for over a year and doubles as a customer. She has the passion for sign language, and this has enabled her to pick few lessons from Francis.
Since I showed interest in learning the sign language, he's been very receptive. Anytime I get here, he smiles. Oh, my friend has come. Oh, how was work today? What's going on? Like he loves politics.
His preferences notwithstanding, he faces some challenges as an outlet for fruits. Thus, he launched an appeal for help.
He needs money and a better accommodation.
His inclination towards business is evident in further choices he made. Francis says in future he wants to open a provisions shop to supplement his income.
Yes, I want to see myself in the next 5 years that I'm not in this stage as I am. I have been improved higher than today.
He advises persons with disabilities to occupy themselves with endeavors which are profitable and stop begging for alms. He added that deaf people are capable of changing the world to make it better.
I was sitting in the bus, a deaf person carrying envelopes came to me in the bus, asking me to drop something. So I realized that you are that person. I said, you are stubborn. We've been warning you to stop begging. Why don't you find something to do? So I asked him to move away from the car. So I'll ask them, please try to find something to do.
Living with disability can be one of the most challenging experiences that anyone could ever face. There is a saying that disability is not inability. Francis' disability never stopped him from achieving his dreams. Francis has a unique way of communicating with his customers. In my first encounter with him, I communicated with him through writing. He gave me a paper and a pen since he can read. Francis Atia says physical disabilities should not stand in your way whilst pursuing your dreams. He advised people living with such condition never to feel embarrassed about their disability. He admonishes them to be proud of themselves and their achievements since they are also unique. To the people in the vicinity, Francis Atia is an inspiration.